All right, so we have printed on a laser printer on white cardstock this image. This is what we want to scan into the machine and then have it cut on vinyl so we can add this to a mirror on our Jeep. Okay, so this is their sticky standard mat. This is the cardstock that we printed on, and we're going to simply take this, load it between the guides, click the load button, click scan, scroll to the right, select transfer to Canvas Workspace. All right, as long as the mat has been loaded into the machine, you click start and off it goes. When you get the finish transferring message on this touchscreen, click OK, and you're all done with this part. Click the unload button, take your mat out. I will say one thing though, if your image on your laser printer doesn't come out where all the pieces in the black areas here for this hand are filled in, use a Sharpie, kind of color in, which is what I did here, and it helps the scan go through better and clearer. All right, now that our image has been scanned into the Brother ScanNCut, we're going to now open the image up in the Canvas Workspace. So we're going to find that program, we're going to open it up, and it's going to default with some news information about the latest version of the software. Just click OK. It also opens up the screen for the Canvas Project Pattern Collection. Just use the X in the upper right hand corner and go ahead and close that screen. Then go to File, Import from your cutting machine, Scanned Image. It then goes out and it grabs your image that you just scanned into the machine. If you'd like to work in a bigger space, you can see I've got all the space here within my workspace to play with. I can actually zoom in to get a better visual, and then I'm using my mouse roll bar to scroll up and center it on my page. All right, so then from here, you can see we've got the background from our mat, because we actually didn't use the scan mat, we used the standard cutting mat. So we're going to want to crop our image down. And in order to do that, you're going to use the image tracing item on the left tools menu, which is this one that looks like a heart with a stem. Click on that. A pop-up menu is going to appear. It's going to be two options, one for an image in the computer or an image scanned by your machine. So we're going to select that option. It then opens up an image tracing pop-up window, and from there we're going to use these blue guides in each of these corners. There's about 9 of them here. We're going to use these and we're going to drag to the part of the image we actually want to work with. We'll kind of cut this on vinyl, so we're going to just take the part we want. And you can see that the Jeep Wave kind of looks a little odd, so I'm not going to use the words here. I'm actually going to use the software to type those words. I just want to grab the hand. So now that I've got that all selected properly the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck the paste the image on the drawing area box. Under tracing options, there are 2 options, trace outer edge only or trace areas by color. In my case, I'm going to use trace outer edge only. Then there's a button at the bottom called preview. Go ahead and select that. All right, you can see that the blue areas are the areas that have been used. And we're going to go ahead and click OK. Our scanned image is still here on top. Now, and then when I move it to the right, you can see that the tracing piece only brought over the hand and left off the Jeep Wave. If you don't want to actually delete this scanned piece off, you kind of want to save it maybe to do something with later, you can go over in the right tools menu, and the third option from the top is layers. Go ahead and click on layers. You can see that the blue boxes are again around this scanned piece, and that is highlighted over under layers as the bottom image. And there's an eyeball. I click on that, it actually just hides it from being invisible. Now we're going to go ahead and group these layers together. Right now you can see when I did that, each one of these is an individual layer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click and drag to highlight them all. Back over on the layers menu, you can see that the 5 layers are already selected. On any one of them, you can right click and select group. Now, I did take the text off because it didn't scan over cleanly or crisply like I'd like it to. So from the left tools menu, select the text icon, click in your workspace, type the words that you want, in my case, Jeep Wave, and then click out. Now, when I click back on those words, you can see a new menu has appeared at the top where you can change your font, your point size, your color, whatever the case may be that you want to do. In my case, I'm going to leave it as default, but I am going to resize the text down to be more in line with what I'd like it to be for my vinyl cutout and kind of place it where I'd like it to be. Once you're happy with the way it looks pretty good there, then you're going to move those words to position under your image, but they're not exactly centered the way I'd like them to. So the first thing I'm going to do is select both by clicking and dragging, and it selects everything that I have highlighted there. And under the edit menu, which is on the right hand tools menu, the second option from the top, I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go down here towards the middle of the screen where it says Align Objects and click the Center button. That then makes sure that everything is centered the way I want it. I'm then going to go back to the layers icon on the right, and with the two layers selected, you can see they're selected in the layers menu. I'm going to right click and select group. Now, if you want, you can then size this image the way you want by grabbing the blue boxes and make it as big or as small as you'd like it to be. Now, I like to also go to Display, Show Rulers, so that I can actually see what the positioning is going to look like or how large it's going to be. From there, now we're ready to export this image back over so the ScanNCut can do the actual cutting portion of it. So we're going to go to File, Export Transfer, FCM file. It tells you that there is something hidden within your workspace and it's not going to transfer that over. And that's fine. That was the original scan image we pulled in. From there, it gives you a pop-up screen, and we're going to, in my case, I'm going to select the transfer FCM file via the internet option. It says that the register machine is ready to download the transfer information from the internet now. Select OK. And from that, we're going to go back over to our ScanNCut and print this out. So back over on the Brother ScanNCut machine, we're going to click the Home button. And from there, we're going to click Retrieve Data. And we're going to select the computer with the Wi-Fi symbol. It goes out and it pulls in the last image that came across from the software into the machine itself. You can see that it's positioned up here in the right-hand corner. You kind of get an idea of how big it's going to be. And in our case, what we're going to do is cut it on vinyl, so we're just going to select OK. We're going to select Please Select, Cut, and we're going to use the wrench, and we're just going to scroll down and make sure that half cut is turned on, and we want half cut turned on so that it doesn't go all the way through the vinyl plus the backing, so that we can do our reading and peel it up correctly. We're going to select OK. I will say that before clicking the wrench, you could see that you had half cut turned on here, but I just want to see how you do it. So then you're going to take your mat, take off your scanned piece. I'm going to add our vinyl to our mat. Place it on there. And I'm going to actually use my brayer and actually make sure that's stuck on there really good. This is a used mat I've been testing with. And then we're going to come back over to the machine with the arrow up on the mat. We're going to load it between the two guides, like so. And we're going to click the load button. And then on the screen, we're going to click Start. It tells you on the touch screen about how much time it's going to take to cut the image and the progress it's making. Once it's finished, the touch screen is going to say Finished Cutting. Just select OK. Unload mat. Pull your mat around, and you can see I used an extra material, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that excess off so I can use it for a different project. And then I'm going to weed my image using the weeding tool that I have, and simply peel up. Weed out the little pieces. And there I have my image that I can use transfer tape with. Put this on my window, a cup, whatever material I want to transfer this vinyl to. And you're done. So now we have our vinyl image cut out, ready to place on something. And in my case, I think I'm going to go ahead and just put it on this cup. So I'm going to take my transfer tape and apply it to the image. Backing off. There we go. Away. Now we have our image, and we're going to position it on our cup. And we're going to do it in two ways. We're going to go ahead and cut the bottom part off, because we're going to put the Jeep wave words below the curve. Alright, so position this on our cup where we want it. Press it on real good and slowly peel it off. Make sure everything's stuck nicely. And we're going to take our words. We're going to carefully try to center them under there where we'd like them to be. Do the same thing we just did. Oops. Make sure it's on there really good. That's why you peel the transfer tape off slowly. And there you have it. This is what the original scan looked like. You can see it's sized bigger. And there you have it.